Here we are on our way to our Otentik. It's like a wood frame cabin with a canvas top. And of course, it's raining. It hasn't rained hardly all summer, and now it rains. Yeah, well, at least the weather's warm. Stan and I were saying it's a good thing you don't consult the weather or believe in it when you're thinking about going camping, because it can be like this, lots of rain, and then later on down the road, depending on how far you're driving, you could end up with bright skies, lovely clouds, dry roads, and that's what happened for us. Our tenting experience, our camping experience began with rain and it ended with rain. And in between, we had a great time. We just decided that we were going to lean into and experience and work with whatever we got. We always remember that we have each other, and that's the main camping experience. It's just enjoying each other's company. Well, you enjoy all the rest of the stuff. Now, Point Pelee National Park is one of Canada's hidden gems, known as the most southernmost part or tip of mainland Canada. It's where land, lake, and sky all come together in breathtaking ways. Whether you're here for just a day or staying overnight, there's something unforgettable waiting for you.
It's not very straight.
There's our cart.
This is a cart that I ride in.
Oh, yeah.
And Susie pushes it.
No, I don't have to pull. There are only 24 Otentiks or cabins that you can stay at in Camp Henry in the national park. And it's really hard to get a spot, but I did manage to get one. And it just happened to be the time of migration, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to come to Camp Henry, to Point Pelee, to see some of the migrating birds and monarch butterflies. Each cabin sleeps 6 people, great for 2, lots of room for 2 people. They have wood fire stoves and gas stoves, and ours was a gas stove, and it's thermostat controlled. They also have a fan, so if it's too hot, you get some fan blowing air around. Oops. They have smoke detectors too. The mattress at the end unit actually folds over and the board flips up, creating a space, a walk space, which I then decided to use to set up our washroom area. They do have a central washroom, shower, bathing area, but as seniors, we need to have something that we can go to quickly in the night. So that's why I created that little washroom space for us. Okay, Stanley. Yeah, but there's one at your feet. So, Stanley, what do you think? What's your first impression?
First impressions are good, very spacey, as in lots of space. And of course, Susie set it up to be a nice little bed and kitchen, bathroom. It's pretty rugged out here, but it takes a long time to get here. But being Point Pelee National Park, it's probably going to have a lot of birds migrating these days, this weekend.
Okay, Stan, what's your first impression of the Otentik?
Well, it's rustic for one thing. It's not easy to find. It takes a good few hours to make your way along the big highway and then the little highways.
Just to get to
get here.
Point Pelee.
It's run by the Government of Canada, and it's a national park. And it's very famous for the migration of bird species. All kinds of them. They fly by the thousands across Point Pelee Park to a place in Michigan. I forget its name. But they migrate by the thousands. And we haven't seen it yet, but it's a spectacle to behold. So first impressions, well, we'll get out towards the water later on and see what we can see. But it's,
What about the cabin itself, the Otentik?
it's what?
Your accommodation.
Well, the accommodations are a nice little cottage. It's quite plain but very usable. And Susie set it up to be a place where we can sleep and we can eat and we can rest.
We are sitting here on our deck and it's raining and there's so many trees that the rain is not even getting us. But you can hear it falling in the trees. And the blue jays are calling out to each other. Very relaxing.
Each site comes with its Otentik, your sleeping accommodations, of course. Heater inside and fan to keep cool. They have a deck and two Adirondack chairs, a picnic table, a gas barbecue, and it just most of your cooking's all outdoors. They ask you to keep your food and your garbage in a locked box that's on the premise as well. So each campsite has that because you don't want bears or raccoons opening up or getting into your tent to take your food away. So, and of course, then there's the ambiance and the birds. I was trying to capture some of the birds in the trees. There was quite a few of them, especially blue jays, but I missed it, and I missed the wild turkey. He ran right through our campsite. They go so quickly that it's hard for me to sort of quickly pull out the camera and capture it.
So people would call this off-grid, which I think means no water, no electricity, but we do have some electricity
No
inside.
gas.
No bathroom or washroom. So that part's off-grid. But we have, oh, I know what it is. We have no Wi-Fi.
No what?
No Wi-Fi, no cell phone service. It can't reach here for some reason. So we're off-grid. So
Wi-Fi has become an epidemic.
for me, it means I can't send pictures to our daughters. And yet I did get pictures from one of our daughters who's going to Newfoundland. And so there's just no way. It's very spotty in communication. And well, that's fine, but kind of initially you go, oh no. You wouldn't, but I do. We're going to go for a walk on the beach before it gets too late. But the blue jays, hundreds of blue jays in the trees calling to each other. That was a lot of fun. We're going to the beach. Right, Stan?
What's that?
Going to the beach. In the rain. Going to the beach. Okay. You know, you can't always edit that stuff out. We came from there. Going there. Easy walk to the
Camp
beach.
Henry.
Yep. Camp Henry.
I would have loved to have brought my e-trike because there's so many great paths and walking trails, but because of the wet weather, I decided not to do that.
I see some pink in the sky out there.
My umbrella.
Now it's back to normal.
Yeah?
I'm just saying hello. Watching sunset, which is obviously, it seems drier over there and wet here, raining with waves. Rainbow.
Although you can't determine the weather or turn it on or off the way you would like, there are ways to make things comfortable and fun for yourself.
Are you coming?
For example, you pack extra comforts like warm blankets, cozy sweaters, snacks, thermos of hot drinks. You have rain gear, of course, ponchos, umbrellas. And each brought a book. And of course, there's the great conversation they have with each other.
It's raining, but we don't care. There's our barbecue that we heated our dinner on. There's our fire pit that we're not going to use tonight because it's raining. Picnic table. There's our Otentik. That umbrella almost glows in the dark. Beautiful morning. The sun is up. There's no stove inside, so I just brought our coffee stuff outside on the deck. Kettle looks like it's just about boiled. It's boiling. And then we have a barbecue. It's heating up our breakfast. Apple crumble. Apple crisp. It's mostly apples. It's getting there. The little gauge doesn't work, so we have to guess. When you turn on the gas, it's a main line. Turn on the gas at the pole. This green box is where all your food and garbage goes at night. And then you lock it up because, bears, critters. It's a lovely fire pit, which we didn't use because of rain. But it's not raining now, so we need to get a picnic table,
And there's our cabin. I love all the trees. So this is our morning breakfast time. The main washroom is down the path and over, pretty accessible to some of the other, well, all of the Otentiks. What a neat name, Otentik. And mostly last night I was just way too hot sleeping in the bed. Man, the place sure gets to be looking like a mess. We turned the stove on for a bit of heat this morning, but I don't think we really needed it. Man, the table gets used for stuff. Anyway, it was a good night. There's a tram that takes you out to the very tip, the very point of Point Pelee. And we rode that, and then we went into a big, great observation tower. I didn't count the steps, but there was many tiers to get to the top, and it was a great reward of the view on top. And I'm surprised that we made it. I do not want to look down. It's a long way. Okay. Yeah, I don't like looking down.
Hey?
I don't like looking down.
No, well, it's natural. But this is the edge of the ocean. Look at all those people taking pictures.
That's why I needed to hold on.
Big drop there.
Yeah.
No warning.
Oh my goodness. Oh look, he goes about monarch.
This must be monarchs or butterflies sometimes.
Monarchs. Walk to the point.
What's the point?
To the point.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Tip your toe at the point. At the very point where the waters converge, you've got waves coming in from the right and waves coming in from the left, and they just converge in on each other. It was amazing to see. It's something that you almost have to be there to see it, to really appreciate the beauty of it, the beauty of nature and how she's working in this constant motion, soothing motion. Of course, I had to get right out into it. And then I encouraged Stanley to do the same. We had lots of fun. And it was a beautiful, gorgeous, in the 20s day. As you walk along the path, you find out that you're actually standing as far south as Rome and Barcelona. How cool is that? And of course, there's more than one way to keep clean. I found that the sand actually was like a pumice stone on the bottom of my foot, and it wore off some of the rough skin that was there. That was kind of neat. So then later we went off to a different beach. There's several beaches that you can visit, and we set up a picnic, so our picnic lunch. And that time we used our umbrellas to keep the sun off. Lunch on the lap. Holding umbrellas. They're supposed to be secured in our chair, but not quite working. Well, not bad. We tied these two together. And this one's bigger. So, how's it working for you, Stan?
Hardly working.
So we just put our meal on our lap. And that's it. This is our lunch, our picnic lunch. We're desperate to be by the beach. There was no shade, so we had to create our own. It's still lovely. Well, all good things have to come to an end, and I'm so glad that we had a great, gorgeous day. So we get back to our cabin, we pack everything up. They require you to sweep up the floor and things like that. And then you can take anything that needs to be washed over to the washing station, which I found really handy, even for getting sand off of my feet. You load up the wagon. The wagons are free. I saw one fella, he said you had to rent the wagons. You do not have to rent the wagons. They just have them there for you to use. And of course we had more rain, but at least it waited until we had one great gorgeous day. So we still had a lot of fun. We made it home safely, as you can tell. Otherwise I would not be editing this film. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit longer than our usual one, but we had a great time. And I was just trying to include some of the great highlights. So thanks for stopping by.